It had been several months since our last weekend getaway, and a salt air was calling our names. I had a 3-day weekend coming up, and decided it would be wise to take an extra 2 days off to make the most of our time. We began our weekend a day early and headed to Florida on Friday, October 11th. The roads were kind, and we made great time. After an 8-hour car ride from Asheville to Rockledge, I wasted no time loading up the kayaks so we could hit the intercoastal waters and catch a Florida sunset. Bennett Causeway is about 10 minutes from our house and would be the perfect spot to start our weekend adventure and catch a nice sunset. We could paddle around the two little islands and keep our eye out for seabirds and marine life. As we paddled out, we did see some dolphin in the distance, but unfortunately not close enough to catch with my camera. The islands were full of birds for us to enjoy, and there was no one else around, which is unusual since this is a popular spot for people to hang out. We didn't mind having the area to ourselves, though. As the sun lowered, the sky started popping with color. It was an impressive sight. I'm glad we rushed to get out on the water to see this. We need more moments like this in our lives. With the sun almost gone, the moon shining bright in the sky, and a few dolphins spotted, I knew that this was going to be a great trip. The first day was over. It was time to find some food, unwind, and rest up for day 2. Saturday was a busy day. We volunteered for a beach cleanup in the morning, went to Renninger's flea market afterwards to see what deals we could find, then headed to Dragon Point, where we thought we might find some dolphins swimming about. We put in at the Pkwy Causeway boat launch, which is just off the eastbound lane of State Road 518. That is one nice thing about Florida. They have many convenient locations to access the intercoastal waterways. First, we paddled out to check out a sunken boat, then headed north under a bridge toward Dragon Point. The dragon of Dragon Point, named Annie, has been gone for many years. There are remnants of the statue where she once stood. Every few years, I hear a new developer has plans to rebuild a new statue, but none of those plans have come to fruition. As we passed Dragon Point, we paddled north up the Banana River. We saw no dolphin. This is usually a hot spot for dolphin. Maybe we came at the wrong time, or maybe they were just being camera shy. We decided to go north and get to see Mather's Bridge in action. Mather's Bridge is a 700-foot long swing bridge connecting Merritt Island to Indian Harbor Beach. As luck would have it, just as we paddled under the stationary portion of the bridge, the warning bell sounded, indicating that the bridge was going to move. When we got to the other side, we watched the bridge swivel open to allow the boats through. As the bridge closed, we decided to head back to our car. We had paddled a nice little distance and had planned a second paddle at Turkey Creek that evening. As I started heading back, I noticed something floating in the distance. I had to go see what it was. An alligator. An alligator wasn't exactly what we were looking to find on the river today. It was still cool to see, nonetheless. It certainly made this trip more memorable. As we paddled back, we still didn't see any dolphin up close. We did, however, see a few out in the distance. We did have a second paddle on Saturday at Turkey Creek, but I didn't include it in this video in order to make room for the next 2 days of adventures. On Sundays, one of our favorite spots to eat is the Old Florida Grill and Oyster House in Cocoa, where they serve oysters for $8.99 a dozen. We decided that we would kayak in Titusville, then on our way back home, stop by the Old Florida Grill with a healthy appetite to take down a couple dozen oysters and a fried clam po' boy. There are several places to enjoy to kayak in Titusville, like Hollover Canal and Peacock's Pocket, but we decided we'd visit Parish Park and our 3 favorite islands, Hobo Island to the south of the Causeway, and Horseshoe Crab and Dolphin Tail Islands to the north of the Causeway. We headed to Hobo Island first. We generally have luck finding old seashells around the island, which come in handy for some craft projects we do throughout the year. When we got to the island, we noticed that water levels were up and the island had shrunk from erosion caused by recent storms. I've always thought that this island would be a great place to see a rocket launch, since there's a great view of the NASA Vehicle Assembly Building out in the distance. But I imagine during a launch this island gets pretty packed with others thinking the same thing. When we got to the island, there were a few campers packing up and getting ready to head out. We didn't see the regular hobo that I think resides on the island. We also didn't find any shells. After our visit to Hobo Island, we headed north to visit the other 2 islands. We paddled past Horseshoe Crab Island so we could go and see how much damage the storms had done to Dolphin Tail Island. It had already been eroded away, so I didn't think there would be much left of it. As we got closer, I saw that most of the area we usually stop at was underwater. I don't think this island will be around much longer, which is sad. It is an enjoyable little area, and there are usually people hanging out enjoying this little island. After checking out the area, we decided to paddle back. We stopped by Horseshoe Crab Island. We saw families there enjoying time together, but there were also bottles and cans littered all around. It's sad some people never learn to pack out what they packed in and leave no trace. After a nice, exhausting trip, it was time to get some oysters. I always look forward to this part of our getaways. Monday was our last full day to get some kayaking in and find some good food before getting back to the real world. We decided on hopping around the islands near Port Canaveral, then check out a new place called Rising Tide Tap and Table afterward. As we paddled out, we saw another sunken boat, so we paddled over to check it out. This one would look pretty big. I'm guessing it was expensive. The small islands, which are lined up north of the Causeway, are fun little places to explore. Each island is a small milestone bringing you further up the Banana River. It's nice to stop at each and take a break before paddling to the next, or to challenge yourself by skipping one or two. Our island hopping was interrupted by a potted dolphin that surrounded us. This is exactly what I love about kayaking in Florida. After our very own personal private dolphin show, the pod moved on. We continued our paddle up north. We knew nothing else today could top that experience. All we could do now is just enjoy the salt air and the remaining time we had on this October getaway. We reached the last island in this string of islands. You can see the NASA Vehicle Assembly Building further up north in the distance. I'm betting this island also gets full of people during a launch. We stopped, took a break, collected a few shells, then headed back to our car, ready to find some good food. If you enjoyed this video, encourage me to make another by hitting that like button. If you are from Florida and you know some other good places to kayak, let me know in the comment section. I'll be sure to check them out.